and the world.
WSDT Sunny Daisy, Chattanooga.
Donald Trump says he will accept the outcome of the election
If I win.
Charges against a former NSA contractor.
Federal prosecutors say Harold Martin's theft of government secrets is breathtaking.
This is the CBS World News Roundup, late edition. I'm Bill Whitney. Returning to the campaign trail today, Donald Trump picked up where he left off last night.
After sparking a sensation by saying at the debate in Las Vegas that he won't commit himself to accept the election results, Trump told a rally just north of Columbus, Ohio,
I will totally accept of this great and historic presidential election if I win.
The crowd loved the obvious joke. This after Trump campaign officials said Democrat Al Gore challenged the Florida vote count 16 years ago.
In effect, I'm being asked to waive centuries of legal precedent designed to protect the voters.
But he added that, of course, he'd accept a clear result while reserving his right to file a challenge
in the case of a questionable result.
Dan Raviv, CBS News.
President Obama, his wife Michelle, and Vice President Joe Biden all stumped for Clinton today. Biden in Nashua, New Hampshire, blasted Trump for claiming U.S. intelligence doesn't really know that Russia hacked Democrats' emails.
He plays into the hands of our enemies so uniquely. It's either he is so stupid that he doesn't understand. No, it's possible. It's possible he doesn't understand the damage he's doing.
Today, WikiLeaks released some of Mr. Obama's emails, apparently from the time he was transitioning to the presidency. The subjects include cabinet positions and whether he should attend a G20 summit. In a CBS News poll of likely voters in battleground states, 49% said Clinton won last night's debate versus 39% for Trump. But elections director Anthony Salvato says Trump's claim that the election is rigged has had an impact on voters.
They're starting to lose faith, not just in vote counting, but in all the workings and many of the workings of how this political system operates.
Harold Martin, accused of hoarding classified material at his Maryland home, will face additional charges under the Espionage Act. Reporter Paula Reed has details.
The government alleges that the former federal contractor stole a vast amount of irreplaceable classified information between 1996 and 2016. They also allege that he made notes on the back of stolen documents about the NSA's classified infrastructure and operations. Government lawyers want Martin to remain in jail during his case, but his lawyers say he does not present a risk of flight or a danger to the community. Paula Reed, CBS News, Washington.
The Dow lost 40 points, gained 40 points yesterday and lost them today, closing at 18,162. The NASDAQ 4 points lower. Now this.
I could either ignore it or face it. My child had trouble grasping math concepts. You don't want your kids to fail at math. You want them to have confidence and the skills to take them where their dreams are. Math Made Easy wants to make you an offer. They'll improve your student's grade by at least one full grade or your money back. Teachers can't slow the pace for each student. Math Made Easy can. For more than 20 years, Math Made Easy has been helping hundreds of thousands of students grasp challenging math concepts using a step-by-step approach. The affordable Math Made Easy programs help students visualize math concepts with engaging and dynamic lessons. Students learn at their own pace. Call 1-866-598-MATH or visit mathmadeeasy.com. Ready for the Math Made Easy Grade Improvement Challenge? Now that the kids are getting back to school, make sure your child gets a head start in the new school year with Math Made Easy. Turn frustration into achievement. Call now, 1-866-598-MATH, 1-866-598-6284.
The Pentagon says a U.S. service member was killed by a roadside bomb in northern Iraq today. It's unclear whether this is related to the operation against ISIS forces in Mosul. Correspondent Holly Williams reports the Kurdish Peshmerga are on the outskirts of the city.
They're trying to recapture 27 villages and then get within 5 miles of Mosul. We've seen the Kurdish forces pummel them with artillery. We've also seen Iraq's elite special forces move into position east of Mosul. They are trying to recapture several Christian towns and villages along the main road into Mosul.
Iraq's prime minister says it's going faster than expected. A federal judge in Mexico has rejected the appeals of drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, who's fighting extradition to the United States. Guzman could be in this country early next year, but he can still take his appeals to a higher court. You're listening to the CBS World News Roundup.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world. News Talk 1240. Here's what advertisers are saying about AM 1240. HotNewsTalkRadio.com.
Radio station, they really care. They're always calling me probably once a week, checking on me, seeing how things going, see if they want to change any of the ads or do anything different, seeing what my needs are. Gotten business off the ads that you do for me, and seems to be working well at this point.
Prices were very fair. Areas in this town that we aren't able to get other ways, your radio station is able to help us out, and I really appreciate that.
We've been very pleased with the services we've got. It seems like everybody over there cares about what they're going to do, how it's going to work for us on this end. And we've been very impressed with the creativity of the ads that we've heard. And they always seem to be right on point, even without us having to come up with what's going to be said.
I've been doing business with News Talk Radio for quite some time. It's the best place and the best value you can get for your advertisement. The commercials are great. They're very professional. I was actually blown away.
The commercial that they put together was awesome. It was way far above all the other radio stations we've dealt with. The best we've had yet, guarantee you, by far.
AM 1240 HotNewsTalkRadio.com gets results. Let us get results for your business. For no obligation free consultation, call General Sales Manager Steve Johnson. Call 423-240-5459. That's 240-5459. Or you can always email Steve at NoogaRadioSteve@gmail.com. That's NoogaRadioSteve@gmail.com. AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio. We get results.
The lounge.
They're lounging.
We're back.
We're back, and I can't hear a dang thing.
Our abuse of the German language, by the way, is it's going to be chronicled as one of the greatest things we've ever done.
Yeah, in the lounging. Hope you have fun in the lounging. Guys, listening to lounging.
This is Two Millennials Talk. I'm Keon Rose.
I'm Russell Stroud.
And are we being joined today?
You got to use a microphone to join. To join in, you got to use a microphone.
Yeah,
You didn't adjust it, did you? Did you move it up and down? Fix that later. Whatever. Carry on. Make sure you talk right into it too. By the way, that's kind of important.
Can you hear me?
I can't tell.
Now I can, but
Okay.
you have to talk directly into it, or it's not going to pick you up because it's finicky and petty.
It doesn't like you. I can't hear anything out of my headphones anyway, so I can't tell.
Your headphones are a figurehead. They're not actually.
They just represent my manhood.
It's just because you're cool enough to be
So
the YouTube stream.
Shut up. So we have a bit to get to. I don't know what do you
blah, 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 blah.
What do you want to get to first?
Well, okay.
Because we have way too much.
We have way too much, and notoriously, we don't get to all the topics that we plan on getting to.
Well, you carry that over. That's fine. That's show prep for the next time over.
Correct.
Makes you lazier.
Well, let's do the pizza story.
The pizza story.
Because I feel like, because you mentioned that it leads into
Keon's pizza story.
It turned into my pizza story because you had a story about a man who was delivering pizza who was robbed at gunpoint by someone in a clown mask.
Yes.
And since Clown Scare is sweeping America, we have to talk about it.
Well, I've actually got several headlines here about clowns, and I've sourced them all, so I don't actually need to read the articles to you. I just have the article headlines. So, as we all know now, the clown phobia, nosophobia has been sweeping the nation, and people are a little bit scared about the fellows in whiteface. So I've got a few headlines here. Number one is Lana Del. Oh wait, that's wrong. Target pulls clown mask after weird sightings across the United States. Now, I mean, Target is in the store.
Right.
Target no longer sells clown masks because of this rash of scary clown sightings that's occurred across the country, across the United States. You can't get them anymore.
Here's the deal with the whole clown mask thing.
Yeah.
The more that it gets reported on, are we not making this worth? I mean, we're two millennials talking. We don't actually care, but like the actual media, the real news media that's like, stay home, if you see someone in a clown mask, don't approach them.
No.
Are you not making this worse?
General, the one that you don't know. approach them.
Well, true,
especially if they're in a clown mask.
But if they're in a clown mask, definitely don't approach them.
Even if you're a grown-up 21-year-old man who walked to the liquor store and is now walking back, don't approach that clown man.
Well, I was told that it was going to be zombies. You think it's like the zombie apocalypse trial run? Like
They're preparing us for when they come.
for the actual zombies?
This is like a DARPA military grade test of our response to scary Halloween things.
Oh,
Man, I feel like economically for Ring probably great.
No.
Barnum and Bailey suing DARPA. Well, there's another headline. Man in clown mask stabs teen in Sweden, according to the BBC. It's gone international, and it goes further than that. In WKBW-TV in Mandeville, a pizza delivery man was robbed by a suspect in a clown mask.
So, in that instance, clown masks are like the go-to mask to rob in. At least from what I've learned from the media.
From Dark Knight.
True. So, like in from the late 90s to early 2000s,
yeah,
clown masks were your go-to mask of robbery.
Yeah, I remember late night Nicktoons whenever they robbed, whenever the Rugrats would rob a bank, they always used
it was always clown masks. Clown masks were the go-to, and then for somewhere in between there, it became president masks.
Yeah, well, president masks I think were a little bit earlier because they had the Nixon masks that
true.
Everyone's afraid of back when our parents were kids.
But somebody brought the president masks back.
Someone's bringing them back. I would be a little bit worried if some dude tried to rob, the radio station wearing a Ted Cruz mask.
Well, just because Ted Cruz is generally
hand over the delegates.
Yeah.
Fiorina.
That would probably be successful.
Scare tactic? What if scarier is if the mask was ripped off and it was Carly Fiorina underneath the Carly Fiorina mask?
Which could happen. I feel like sometimes Carly Fiorina, the way that she has this, it's kind of like a dead smile. That is actually scarier than a mask.
She goes like this.
Yeah, that's like an over-the-top Scooby-Doo adventure.
I would have won the elections too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
That's what is it? MI2 or MI3?
MI6?
Mission Impossible. The Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Mission Impossible.
Whichever one of those
so
there is.
The one where they had all those, they just got so excited that they could make the mask look like people's faces.
Oh, Rain Man.
Where they were every other scene was someone's face being ripped off of the mask.
But that was the most recent one, wasn't it? It was Ghost Protocol.
I think it was the one before the one that was the most recent.
Maybe I'm thinking Ghost Protocol is the most recent one. I don't know.
I'll look at that. I just remember going to see it. Well, I should have just done a whole separate movie review and gotten over your mask addiction and then gotten to the action.
You write a movie review and it says mask tearing fun.
You're basically.
Well, tell us your pizza delivery story, Keon.
Okay, this is in the year 2010.
Whoa!
The year of our Lord 2010.
2010 Anno Domini.
And so I was working at a Domino's Pizza in Texas.
Uh-oh, this is double bad.
The great state of Texas, in San Antonio, Texas specifically.
Double bad.
And I worked where I worked was the rich side of town.
Oh.
So I had heard that other people did get robbed. Never happened to me up until that moment. In fact, never happened since. All the houses I went to, really nice. Nobody was going to rob me, really. So I go to this house, and it's a little further out from our area. It's just on the edge of the area.
Okay.
Because the entire city is divided into quadrants, and each store is taking over an area. So I drive out to the area. It's not even really sketchy looking. It looks like your average neighborhood. And I ring the doorbell, and I kind of back up from the door because I just want to check and make sure I've got all the things right in the pizza bag that keeps it warm. I'm looking in there. I have 5 pizzas.
That's a lot. How many pieces did they order? 5?
They ordered 5 pizzas.
They get wings and breadsticks too?
No, they didn't.
Somebody's rich with drug money.
I mean, clearly, because then I assume it was drug money. I assume that I delivered pizza to a gang. And the only reason why I assume this is not one guy comes out of the door. but like 4 or 5 guys come out, and they're all dressed in black shirts and gray pants, and they've just got tattoos everywhere. And I went, "Oh, hi, I have the pizza." And then the guy, like, it was weird. They stood in this like half circle, and the guy that came out of the door last, I guess, was the gang leader. I don't know. He steps forward, and he just pulls this wad of cash out of his pocket.
Oh, no.
But then the other guys step in too. So I'm holding the pizza like to my chest, and I'm looking to my right and I'm looking to my left, and I'm going, okay, I feel like I'm not terrible in a one-on-one fight, but this is not great. Like, I can't see everybody, and
well, there's a one-on-one fight, and then there's the one-on-gun fight.
Right, and I don't know who's armed and who's not armed. Like, I don't know.
One-on-machete fight.
Especially if you're in black spray pants, probably.
Wearing my sweats to work.
So it's funny because like most of them were wearing boots, and then one guy was just wearing Chucks, so he must have missed the memo on like the full intimidation of what this was supposed to be.
One of them's wearing like chacos in a tank top.
Los tacos.
And it was weird because the garage was open and there was no car at the house.
Yeah.
So there's just these guys at this house and everybody else's neighborhood, like everyone else, their house their lawn is mowed and it looks nice. And this is the one outlier house. Like this one house. The neighborhood wasn't bad. There's just this one house had these guys in it.
Solitary drug dealer house.
Right.
There's always one in every neighborhood.
And I don't know if they were just trying to intimidate me, which doesn't make any sense because I'm here to give you food. That's it.
Did they tip you at least?
He didn't count. So yes.
Oh.
Quite generally. He just took a wad of money out of his pocket, like pulled off 3 bills and just put the money on I took the money. He put the money on the box. I took the money. I gave him the pizza. And then they just all kind of single filed back into the house. But it was just horrifying because I thought, well, if these guys just want to kick the taste out of my mouth, they could really do it. I mean,
this is the first robbery that I've heard of where money was exchanged.
where they actually gave me the money.
So exciting.
I felt like I was going to be robbed, and they ended up actually just paying for the pizza. So
How much does a pizza cost?
No clown mask involved in this one. But yeah.
How much does a pizza cost these days? About $400. Here you go.
He's poor.
Here's 400 of those dollars that I'm going to give you, and you're going to walk out the door, and you're not going to remember who I am, or what address you just came to, or how many pizzas you delivered.
I could forget that.
Because that's a drug dealer code.
I really could.
5 pizzas means 5 grams of weed.
Is that what that is?
When they see the pizza delivery man come up to the door with 5 pizzas, that means I'm going to give them later on sometime down the road 5 grams of marijuana weed.
Why are you explaining your whole plan to me? I feel comfortable with this. I want deniability.
Kill him, boys.
You can go, but you
Perhaps
can
I've
stay here
said
and become part of the family.
Perhaps I've said too much.
No, you haven't. You haven't said anything at all.
Now here's the engineering plans for my house. Here's the keys to my car. Now get out of here.
Skedaddle.
Can you imagine a gangster saying skedaddle? That only happens in like the South Georgia like borderline gangs.
Skedaddle.
Now he ain't whistling Dixon. Now you better skedaddle.
I'm sure some gang member in like Justified said skedaddle in Harlan, Kentucky.
Probably. Anything happens in Harlan, Kentucky. There's UFO abductions every day, and I don't think about it there.
Right.
We needed a break.
Well, there is a movie called Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and I have seen it.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, it's from the 80s. It's one of the first PG-13 movies ever, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I know that, but that's the thing. So
Yeah. I was just thinking about it. Like, we're talking about clowns. And it was just reminded me of this time where I went to Six Flags, Neon.
Why?
I think it was last year. And, you know, they have all that gory Halloween decor. And I side note, don't understand why we decorate for Halloween. Because all these things are things that people actually hate. Like, if there was a large spider in my house, I'm going to pay thousands of dollars for anyone, everyone. Please move it now.
I would just decorate my house with paperwork.
Which
I think that would be more effective.
alternate pizza story. I refused to deliver pizza to a guy because he had a giant spider thing on his house, and I wouldn't go to it. Spiders are not my friend.
Isn't that racist, Dion?
I don't care. What? And I'm not going to apologize later.
There
either.
you go. Now, see, I don't like it when people apologize for being who they are. And I like people who are offensive, and I don't think they should apologize for who they are. And there's a bit of a thing that... I'm sorry, Janelle, you want to finish your Six Flags bit?
No, please do.
Yeah, go ahead.
We went, and we're standing by this box, and all of a sudden it was like there was like darkness overtook Six Flags, and suddenly like, the night out of this box busts the clown with the chainsaw, and it was so creepy.
There was no teeth on the chainsaw, to be clear. They weren't actually going to kill you, but it was horrifying.
One of the guys goes, "Oh, he got out again."
Todd, go back.
We told you we're not doing that bit.
It would have been fine if that had happened to me in real life minus the clown a couple days before.
No.
I had been up in, I don't want to say where?
No, I wouldn't.
I had been locally.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was doing some work for the thing that I do during the day that gives me the ability to stay in the house that I stay at. And I had gone to visit with this individual, and they were like, "Miss Chanel, so good to see you. I've got a joke for you." I turn around, and there's this big chainsaw that's just here and on.
Was it floating in the air? No one holding it?
No, the individual of whom I had come to visit came out with that chainsaw and was like, "Hey, check it out." And they around their yard with it. In my heart, I had a real serious come to Jesus moment. And I said, "Lord, I don't know how I'm supposed to handle this moment right now, but somebody gonna die. This chainsaw doesn't go away." And sure enough, the individual was like, "Yo, it's not a real, like, it's broken." So
They wouldn't have gotten to that stage with me. I would have just been like, "Blam, sorry."
it came out.
I felt threatened.
I felt my life was in danger, so I shot this young man with a chainsaw.
It was
No, I shot the young man who was wielding a chainsaw with my gun, with a bullet that came out. I didn't shoot a chainsaw.
I mean, if you could shoot a chainsaw, that would be.
They wouldn't be working that job.
It'd be completely justified.
That's a thinly veiled threat. Someone could call the police with their cell phone that's in their pocket right now.
More like I would.
Yeah.
With the thing that I do that allows me to figure out what it is.
So lesson learned: don't go to people's houses when they have chainsaws afoot.
Especially if they have.
We
started off talking about things that are common knowledge, like stranger danger.
Yeah.
But it's always intensified if you have a clown. So the lesson learned is it's always worth with the clown.
If I do drugs with a clown mask on, does that mean the drugs are even more intense? Going by this logic?
You look in a mirror, probably.
Shoot, man, that's a good idea. Try that out later. So we're talking about apologizing and not apologizing for particular offensive jokes. I think if you make a joke and it's offensive, you should stick by it and defend it to the very end. I don't know what you think about these things, Keon, but that's how I feel about offensive jokes.
I think that you got to make a decision that ends up being right for you. Like if you are in a job where making an offensive joke ruins you.
Oh, well, yeah.
Don't stand there and be ruined and defend your joke.
Norm Macdonald's been fired so many times for that.
Right. He's funny though.
He's great.
But yeah, I think that there is a place in society for all kinds of humor.
Especially if you're a comedian who has a podcast about comedy.
Correct. Mostly because then you would touch on all kinds of humor, all the humor that there is, including humor that may offend some people.
Yeah. And this particular podcast is one that I'm actually a bit of a fan of. And I don't want to call him out because that seems a little bit low, because I like the guys and everything. So if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you don't. That's cool. But there's a particular podcast that a friend of mine and I listen to quite a bit. And one of the guys made a joke about how a person named Kristen couldn't have a deep voice. And I don't remember how this joke played out, but that's how it happened. Later, he then, and it was a pretty funny joke. Later, he then tweets, "I'm sorry if this offended anybody because I realize there might be trans people out there."
Oh.
And it's like, dude, and like it wasn't just one little tweet. I'm talking like a series of tweets. And the worst part is all the people replying like, "I'm so glad you're so brave for making this retraction about this joke. You have so much to learn, but it's so good that you're tweeting these things, and I just respect you so much for it." And all this stuff. Like, dude, you made a frickin' joke. It's a frickin' joke. You're not like, man, what's funny is those those non-human trans people. Am I right? You know, because then that would be a little bit weird. But you're like, you know, person named Kristen is going to have a deep voice, and move on. That's not offensive. Even if it is, who cares?
Isn't that what comedy is? They or may not.
Yeah.
Exaggerating them. That's what makes things funny. Like, if you look at every Chris Rock joke that Chris Rock ever made about black people.
Oh, boy.
No, there isn't a white person that could make those same jokes.
No.
Because those jokes are offensive. They actually are involving large stereotypes and everything else. The issue is they're funny because they've exaggerated all of these stereotypes in a great way. I don't think you can have consistent humor and be entirely unoffensive to everyone. Even Christian comedians that I've heard that are really good and really funny can't be unoffensive all the time.
Because there's so many denominations, you're going to make the Baptists all butthurt. Those freaking Baptists.
Or some Christian comedian that they're from the North and they visited the South and it was funny, or vice versa. You're going to offend somebody. That's what comedy is by nature. So you don't apologize for jokes, especially ones as kind of blasé as that one. Like that one wasn't even.
Oh, that's not even the beginning. Or it is the beginning. That's only the beginning of it. It's not, but it is the beginning of it, because there have been other instances where this has happened, and he again tweets and retracts. He's like, "I'm so sorry, I may have offended so and so." I was like, dude, there comes a point where you got to just own it. Like, yeah, I made a joke. You know, I don't hate trans people. I hate gay people. I just made a bit of a joke, and it's a joke. Like, you got to stick by it at some point.
Right. And I think Steve Harvey said it in Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Yeah.
Where he was talking about people tell him to retract his jokes all the time. And he apologized once because
he messed up the winner of
no, not even that. Like, he apologized for one of his jokes once, I should say. He'd never apologized for that, by the way. He just made money off of it. No. Steve Harvey apologized once, and it was just because it was costing him financially. I think like there's a point where you apologize, but certainly not on any moral ground.
Unless it's like Kramer tier, don't worry about it.
Yeah, because then that actually stopped being humor at some point.
Probably like the second or third N-word, I stopped laughing.
Yeah.
And then I started laughing again. Only after the remixes came out.
Right.
And I don't apologize for that joke either. It's funny and I stand by it.
Exactly. This is Two Millennials Talk on Hot News Talk Radio.
News Talk 1240 AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio, with your chance to win $124 in cash and $124 in food every week with the Hot News Talk Radio 1, 2, 3 NASCAR contest. Hot News Talk 1240. All you have to do is guess who's going to be first, second, and third place in the upcoming NASCAR Sprint Cup race. If you guess it, you'll hear your name live Monday morning at 11:30. Then call AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio to win. Enter your guess right now at Rick Davis Golden Diamonds, 5301 Brainerd Road, Chattanooga. Diesel Off-Road Technology Saudi Daisy for your four-wheel drive and truck needs. Stuff and upholstery with premium rubber foam. Amigos Mexican Restaurant next to Staples and Hickson. Drink specials during the race. Cell Surgeon, the Broken Screen Doc. And Shooter's Supply, 4824 Hickson Pike in Hickson. Hot News Talk 1240. Enter your guesses now and then listen to the race live to win $124 in cash and $124 in food from Chattanooga's official NASCAR radio station. Hot News Talk 1240.
I love NASCAR.
Cash, 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 and more cash. Rick Davis has the cash when you sell gold, silver, diamonds, rings, and jewelry. Sell Rick your precious metals today and lock in your price. Hey, Rick Davis will trade your cash for shiny, brilliant, and heavy gold. Gold cheaper now by $100 an ounce. Join the Rick Davis Silver Bonanza too. Prices so low, the Lone Ranger is bound to gallop in, Kimosabe. Hey-ho, silver, away! The markets are changing, so buy now. Cash, 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 and more cash for your silver and gold, gold, gold. Rick Davis, 5301 Brainerd Road. That's 5301 Brainerd Road. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds. Oh, and cash, cash, cash. You know where it is. Hey-ho, silver, away!
You want more business. You want to increase your bottom line. You want to spend less on advertising, imaging your business, and general expenses. You need Trade Bank. Trade Bank of Chattanooga. Trade Bank. Call now to get access to nearly 400 local businesses. Trade Bank. Call 877-2202. 877-2202. Trade Bank. You want to increase your cash flow, your competitive edge, attract new customers, and build a loyal customer base. You need Trade Bank of Chattanooga. Call right now. 877-2202. When you join Trade Bank, you'll get the benefit of free advertising in our monthly magazine, tradebank.com, emails, and mailouts. Join Trade Bank now and receive your Trade Bank debit card with trade credits to spend any way you want with our wide variety of Trade Bank partners. For almost 30 years, Trade Bank has been your voice for small business, a member of the American Bankers Association, and in good standing with you. Trade Bank of Chattanooga. Call now for a free consultation, 877-2202. That's 877-2202. Trade Bank of Chattanooga.
A few widely scattered showers and thunder showers will march in from the west through the nighttime, diminishing late, becoming breezy, lows into the lower to middle 50s. For Friday, breezy, cooler, drying out, but highs struggling to reach the lower to middle 60s with more sunshine and cool weather for the weekend. Wings Over North Georgia presents the Air Force Thunderbirds in Rome, Georgia, October 29th and 30th. Travis Tritt headlines the concert stage, followed by a spectacular fireworks show. For tickets, wingsovernorthgeorgia.com. And I'm Gene 12, Chief Meteorologist, Patrick 4.
On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Hot 1240, Hot News Talk Radio with your Hot News Now update. Well, it just goes to show that some people still have faith in the system. Early voting has started and lines were going around the block at some polling stations, some complaining the lines were too long, and that perhaps the Election Commission wasn't prepared for so many people to show up. Nevertheless, over 2,000 total votes have been taken just yesterday, and more are expected as the weeks go by. And a man with a lengthy criminal record who's accused of being a member of the Bounty Hunter Bloods gang has been caught on video, according to the police, shooting a man inside of a vehicle and then walking away. A police statement says that McKinney fired one shot into a vehicle and walked away. A shooting victim has not yet come forward, although a man was definitely pierced by a bullet in the video. And the Watts Bar nuclear power facility is now up and operational, providing more than 500 million kilowatt hours of carbon-free energy. Watts Bar now joining 6 other operating TVA nuclear units, which supply the region with power. If it's going on in the Tennessee Valley, it's going on Hot 1240 Hot News Talk Radio.
Martin Truex Jr. is off the pace and he is headed to the pit lane. Elliott Powers around the outside. Michael McDowell pops the right front tire. Here's Martin Truex to the bottom. Blaney blocked him off too. Meanwhile, Chase Elliott went 4 wide on the back straightaway. They're side by side for the lead.
Hear it live on Chattanooga's official NASCAR radio station.
Hot News Talk 1240. The voice of NASCAR.
I really love this song.
Hello? Okay, I can hear myself.
No, you finally can.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm Keon. No.
Oh.
Sorry.
We made so many improvements.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is regression of the highest order.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. What's your name?
How are we going to be more popular as a show if we don't get our names right, our introduction?
Well, I'm Russell Stroud, and I have some ideas.
I'm Keon Rose. Let's have them.
So here we have it. I lost my notes. Trying to make us more marketable for the podcast is something that I've been thinking about for a little bit now because, we have a podcast now, which you can find on both iTunes and on Google Play Podcasts and on any other podcast app you have. Just search for Two Millennials Talk. It's hard to spell millennials, I know, but search for Two Millennials Talk and you'll actually find us on both iTunes, Google Play Music, and anything else that searches RSS feeds and SoundCloud, basically.
And I have friends who are on the Podcast Addict app.
That's what I used, in fact, and I found us on that before it was on iTunes.
Oh, man.
So if you search for Two Millennials Talk, it's out there. It searches SoundCloud, so it'll find us, no problem.
All right. Yeah. So making us more marketable, how do we do this?
Making us more marketable is something I've been thinking about because I have a pitch for a television station that I've emailed out to a few of my executive friends who work at local public access TV stations.
That's pretty cool.
It's actually not true, though.
But I wish that it were, because I actually bumped into a guy 6 months ago that did work at a public access TV station.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, my idea requires a lot of production work and animation, so it's probably not going to
Oh, okay.
Back in the day, a particular radio show host who's very controversial, who doesn't do terrestrial radio anymore, had segments on his show back when he was on the E! Network where they were animated bits from his radio show. It was just the audio from the radio show, but it had animated stuff to it. It was really cool. And I thought, wow, what a good idea for our show because we're funny and there are bits that we talk about that could use some animation. Why not? So Adult Swim, different, television networks.
I mean, you are down the road.
If they want to pick that up, that'd be cool.
You were down I-75 from us. You have no excuses.
Seriously, an hour and a half away from us. They could totally do it. We are in Chattanooga, Tennessee, my good friends. Check us out. Come by the radio station and
we're funny people. I promise.
Give us a bunch of money and we'll be good to go. Hello, we're good. But I realized every good comedian, especially Carrot Top, every good show, like children's shows especially, they have a catchphrase.
This is true.
Like they have some like quirky catchphrase that really just kind of pops. It's got a lot of like pizzazz to it.
Right. Got to catch them all.
Got to catch them all. Secure a future for white children. And no, it's the wrong.
No, wrong one there.
But there's a bunch of good catchphrases out there. And I had because we're in South, I thought a good one would be just after a good old zinger, good joke. You say corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob.
See? There you go. You did it.
It actually does sound. I was gonna make fun of it, and now I realize it I actually kind of like it.
It works though, doesn't it?
It does kind of work.
I was thinking about this in the shower, and I thought that's a stupid idea, and then I realized no, it's actually a very good idea.
Well, that's because shower thoughts are accidentally genius.
Seriously, most of my best ideas, I thought were really dumb at first, and then realized were actually really brilliant. I put them into fruition, and that's actually half of why we have a show right now. But
this is true. Corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob. It sounds like a dadgummit kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like corn on the cob. It's just when there's a real humdinger, just a real zinger, and you just whip that one out.
Even though like eating corn on the cob is the single most disgusting thing for me, merely because my teeth catch everything.
Yeah, same here.
There's corn in my teeth, all in my teeth.
That and like popcorn, where somehow it gets like up and underneath
and behind.
Yeah,
so then
like,
you're
how?
using your tongue, but you can't actually get it.
And the whole if you're sitting in church after you've had popcorn for breakfast, like I do, you hear you're sitting in church the whole time, just going, that sounds way worse in my headphones.
It's just a bunch of weird sounds.
You're just sitting, the old lady looks behind you, like, sorry. I don't know. It's
and Jay, who was just with us, she loves popcorn.
I love popcorn.
We eat popcorn often because it always gets stuck in my teeth. I despise popcorn.
You refuse to eat popcorn on principle?
Well, on the principle of I hate spending the next 15 minutes fighting whatever is between my molars. Like I can't do it. It's too much work.
Once you get it out, though, it's the most satisfying thing ever because it pops out, and it's like you just had a good cigar. After that, well, you wouldn't know about that, but it's like having a good beer.
I wouldn't know about that either.
It's like a good malt liquor after you've gotten that little bit of popcorn out. You know what I mean?
Popcorn.
It's the best.
Popcorn is amazing, especially.
My mom got me this thing called a whirly pop. That's a real thing.
The one with the handle?
The one with the handle and the crank on it?
Really?
Yeah, I've got one of those.
I've been literally on Amazon for the last 8 hours of my life looking at close to whirly pop type thing.
Called a whirly pop.
Thank you.
So there you go.
That's amazing.
You can buy him a Cracker Barrel. I can't imagine. Yeah.
There you go.
You actually go to Cracker Barrel, Joe?
What happens if I say yes?
I'll laugh at you. Probably no.
Do I win a free trip to Cracker Barrel?
You win a free trip to. Congratulations! You're the 3,000th person to say you go to Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob. Oh, we got to ditch that real fast.
Yeah, I know.
It's getting old.
It's a little corny.
Get out, will you?
So your pun levels are off the charts. I can't.
Over 9,000.
No, it's getting worse.
No.
It just got exponentially worse.
No. Puns make my heart sad.
Puns make other body parts of mine sad.
What, FCC? Guess which one? You don't know.
You ever eat popcorn with a girl and she makes a pun and you just... Terrible.
Daily.
So I had an idea about field reporting. And I think that this is a very good idea.
Okay.
So, on Thursdays, you and I and Janelle usually hang out for quite a bit, like till like 1 a.m. And my idea was, why don't we use this time and put some effort into it, get a little, recorder. I almost said lacrosse. Get a little recorder bit.
I do have a digital recorder.
I don't, because I'm poor. So
I got one for my birthday.
Congratulations. I was going to ask for one for this Christmas, actually.
So we can have two. And then we can be...
So you use them, and you just go around and ask. We'll set up a few questions to ask people on the street, and then the next week, we can play their answers. Pretty good idea.
That is a pretty good idea.
Jimmy Kimmel does it. Why can't we?
There is no reason why we can't. It'll be Two Millennials Report.
Two Millennials Report from the streets, yo. Taking it back, y'all, to the streets.
Without being whack. What?
Because Inside Out is wiggity, wiggity, witty, whack. I only wear my clothes backwards. Only way I do it.
Crisscross.
Yes. I jump. I hurt my ankle. Okay, so do you have any items in your agenda, by the way? Do you have any show notes, Keon?
Well, really, I just did research on your show notes.
I did show notes?
You did do show notes.
Oh, yeah, these things in front of me. So
yeah.
I figured out. See, I was looking at local bands here in Chattanooga, and I thought, oh, how cool would it be if we could get local bands to let us use their music for our bumper music, right? Like, how cool would that be?
It'd be pretty cool. There are some cool ones around that I've been able to find accidentally.
Yeah. So you just contact me, like, hey, we'll give you some free promotion. We'll say what the bumper music is that we're using, and we'll play you on the air. Like, pretty good idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are a lot of really good bands in Chattanooga, and just like any moderately sized city, there are also a lot of really awful bands in Chattanooga.
Yeah.
And I found out what it is that you can tell. So this saves you, the listener, a lot of trouble if you're looking at local bands. This is going to help you realize before you listen to them that they're a bad band. And I came up with 2 hallmarks to look for in this bad band.
And I agree wholeheartedly with these hallmarks. I read it, and I agree wholeheartedly with these hallmarks.
So the 2 are, the mark of a bad band is if one of the lead singers, or anyone in the band for that matter, wears a fedora/trilby and a suit vest.
That is like an Antichrist level mark.
It really is, because at that point you just know they're trying way too hard to be cool.
Who decided that fedoras were cool?
Some dude in like the 20s, I guess.
I mean, they were cool then.
Well, yeah, because everyone wore them.
And I still think that fedoras can look cool. How do fedoras look cool? You wear a fedora with a suit and a tie and dress pants, the way fedoras were originally worn.
Yes.
You wear a fedora with your T-shirt and your jeans with the holes in it.
Avenged Sevenfold T-shirt.
Get out. Okay, that is not class.
It's the opposite of class.
It's you.
Take the CL off of class, and that's what you are.
You don't get to automatically be class because you have a fedora. The fedora doesn't make you more classy. You automatically make the fedora unclassy. That's what's happening.
You've taken something that's amazing and made it bad, and now you have made that thing bad, thus it's no longer amazing.
Unbelievable. And also the fedora being a sign of a gentleman.
No.
But gangsters wore fedoras too, you know.
Yeah.
Just to be clear. What? I don't get it.
It's like Al Capone was such a nice guy.
I know.
He treated the ladies right. That Al Capone.
He knew how to woo the ladies.
He was the supreme gentleman. He didn't believe in God, and he held doors open for ladies and tipped his fedora when they walked in. And then he evaded taxes.
You know, like every gent does.
Like every classy dude does. And the suit vest, I think, brings the whole thing together. It really captures.
I know.
It captures that whole feeling of cringe when you see this band, and it's always like a black and white photo of them in a way too modern setting, looking sort of like, yeah, we're cool at the camera.
It's either in a modern setting or in a field somewhere.
Yeah, or like a back alley.
Just, can we not get a different setting, like you guys just hanging out on a boat or in a room?
An
maybe,
overpass.
Right? Or a studio actually producing music.
Yeah.
Any of those.
Never be. They should never be anywhere
They should
near
never be anywhere near those things. That's true. But they're going to go to those things later, so you might as well.
And then they come out with music, and it's either the same 4 chords pop songs you heard growing up, or it's something that I despise even more, which is either newgrass or neo swing music. And I hope you know what I'm talking about with this neo swing movement that's been going around.
Neo swing.
So it's like, you know,
example.
Okay, so like, you know, swing music from back in the 30s and 40s?
Yes.
So now they're like, and this has been a fad for a while, but there have been bands that are like, man, those great artists from back in the 30s and 40s, that kind of died out because it reached its peak, but we can do that too, and almost as good. We don't have nearly as many people, or in fact the talent necessary, but we can do that music too. And so they come out with the bass line, the stand-up bass goes, and the guy goes, "Hey, whoa!" and he starts singing like some male lounge singer about like the band is popping and the ladies are hopping. And
Something about that.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. No, that sounds awful.
There's some jazz piano solo that's not very good. Like, I learned pentatonic scales.
If you have to describe yourself as new for a genre and you didn't spell it N-E-W, it's always neo or new spelled N-U.
Yeah.
Go away.
Like, new wave is good.
Yeah.
New metal is not.
It's not good. There's your guideline for you right there. If you don't spell new properly for the genre of music that you are,
yeah,
no, you can't do it.
And I'm afraid the guy who called it new metal thought that was really how it was spelled.
Probably.
He's the guy who plays like the gent music. He plays gent music on his guitar. He goes, "Do-do-do-do-do-do-do." I'm going to call it new metal.
It's so much more advanced than old metal.
I think it was the guy from Papa Roach. Cut my life in 2 pizzas.
This is my last dessert.
This is my zesty sauce. I don't know the rest of it. Suffocation. If I cut my arm bleeding. This is my last piece. That's our childhood, basically, in one song.
I couldn't believe that was a genre of music that existed. I'm not gonna, even at the time, like, this isn't a hindsight 2020 thing. At the time, I was really wondering what the appeal was here, and I didn't get it.
This is music that people really liked when we were growing up.
Everyone in my high school.
Yeah.
Everyone.
It was in all the Dragon Ball Z videos, all the cool kids.
All the Dragon Ball Z AMVs.
Yeah, it was either that or Linkin Park. It just never failed.
Oh, man. Linkin Park got abused. I'm pretty sure that in my mind, I can now no longer separate Linkin Park and Dragon Ball Z.
I can't either, and this is the second time we've talked about this, but it still rings true.
But here's because I've been talking to a buddy of mine about Dragon Ball Z lately, and I'm like, man, I missed that show. But every time I think about it, I think of Linkin Park too. You can't divorce them anymore. They're the same thing now.
I can't remember any Linkin Park lyrics anymore. All I can think of is "cut my life into pieces."
Well, there's the one about you try so hard to get so far,
and in the end, it doesn't even matter.
And then the horrible rapping. I said it. Horrible rapping.
It's so bad.
It's not good rapping.
Well, the lead singer's freaking name is Chester. Dude, like, use a different, call yourself Chess Man or something like that.
Right. Like, look at every rapper ever. Like, if you are a rapper,
C-dubs,
you give yourself a rap name typically because your name normally just isn't just a cool name. Like, not everyone gets Kendrick Lamar. Like, that's a cool name. But if you're 50 Cent, you look down at your name on paper and go, no one's going to come to a Curtis Jackson concert. So I'm going to be 50 Cent. Your name's not even bad. Like, Curtis Jackson is a normal name.
Yeah.
There's just something that's not rap about it. So you're 50 Cent. If your name is Chester, you can't rap and call yourself Chester.
Dwayne Carter. Just doesn't work.
Right.
That's what's his
you gotta
name?
be Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne, yeah, I couldn't remember his name. Dwayne Carter. Well, you could be a rapper without changing your name.
I suppose. I've been told this.
Oh, really?
I don't know why, but I don't mind it. But like I've also been told, like, when I tell people, I go on sales runs sometimes and I tell people, oh, I'm working at a radio station, and they go, yeah, that's a radio name. Like, what? I didn't change it to be this. I just
can't help it.
This is my name, but fine. But there are just some names that just don't fly as rap names. Chester?
No,
unless you're being ironic or something.
That would work. If he's doing like nerdcore rap, then Chester works just fine.
Except you got MC Frontalot. I don't know his real name, but even he decided as a nerdcore rapper, this is going to be my rap name.
No one can know my real name. He was too ashamed to tell anyone. Right. No one can associate my name with this nerd rap.
Well, he knew he had to go back to work later. So, like, he wasn't going to ever make a ton of money off of nerd rapping, at least not originally. That's not what he did it for.
Didn't he just post the stuff on, like, MySpace?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how Soulja Boy started. I don't know his name either. But Soulja Boy's still a stupid name.
It's still a stupid name. It's one of my least favorites, I think, ever.
When I saw it, like, way back in, like, 2004 or whenever he came out, I thought he was, like, because remember, like, Iraq was still, like, a pertinent thing. I thought he was a veteran because he's Soulja Boy. And I was like, oh, this will be interesting. He'll rap about his experiences in the Army or something. No.
You!
It's just some dude who raps about that hoe.
Crank that.
Crank that hoe, yeah.
This is actually another rapper I just thought of. And
Crank that hoe?
No. Is 2 Chainz.
Oh, yeah, 2
Chainz had an original rap name that is the greatest rebranding job in the history of rap names because I can't say his original name on the air. So I don't know if we can get some kind of podcast only version.
It was Kelly Ferguson.
There you go. But yeah, that there was a mistake. First off, if you have boy in your name, which the first one did, then that's a problem already.
Chain Boy 64.
You are a grown man.
Super Chain Boy 64 was his original rap name. Super Rap Man. Parappa the Rapper. That was his name, wasn't it?
Super Rap Boy?
Super Rap Boy.
Parappa Boy. Paper Boy, though.
Paper Boy.
But he spells his boy with an I.
O-I, yeah.
Excused. He's excused.
Oh, there's already an O in boy. Why did I need to reiterate? It's an O-I. It's not Paper B. It's Paper Boy.
Yeah, he's not trying to rip Beyonce.
Speaking of which, we were watching Atlanta together. I'm waiting because I have FX. Like, I have a cable subscription through my parents. And so I could watch it on Tuesday when it comes out, but I wait so I can watch it with Yun's guys. And it's quite an experience. It's a pretty good show.
It is a pretty good show. The last episode was amazing.
The one where they're on television.
Yeah, on the fake PBS show.
The fake, yeah.
Montague. Which,
not Montel at all.
Which is just this perfect parody, sort of the Tavis Smiley show, also on PBS.
Oh,
actually on PBS.
I never actually watched that one.
I watched it a couple times. Rappers go on there, and usually when rappers go on there, it's like the rapper trying to go, look, I actually am intelligent. I don't just rap about the women's and the cars and gigantic rims. Look at me being smart. And then sometimes it goes over well.
I'm the rapper you might have heard of called Flow Rider. I just like to mention that I do have an extension collection of books, including Encyclopedia Britannica.
Nah.
Yeah, he puffs on his pipe, which is not full of weed, in fact, full of tobacco coming from the Appalachian foothills.
which he imported himself that very day.
How would you import it? It comes from, like, South Carolina.
He's imported it to his house.
Yeah.
I was looking for another word, the word for have it sent over.
Have it shipped.
There you go. It didn't sound as overly classy and unnecessary.
I imported it from the foothills of the Appalachians, 10 miles from my house.
Flowrider, why are you British all of a sudden?
Well, I've decided to change my image just a little bit. I've decided to go by Big Ben from now on.
Which would be a great rap name, by the way.
You may call me the Queen. My new rap name is to be the Queen. Her Majesty. Not to be confused with the British band Queen. They weren't British, actually, were they? No, they weren't. Queen wasn't British.
No, they weren't.
The guy was from Iran, I think. He was Zoroastrian, anyway. Freddie Mercury.
Yeah. Not actually British.
Not actually British. In fact, none of them were. I just realized. They should have been, though, with a name like that. Oh, well. So I've got a ton of notes in front of me, and I'm trying to, like, interpret how... I'm trying to interpret what I wrote down and what it was supposed to mean. Because I assure you I was not on insure. I ensure you. No, I assure you. There we go. There are too many sures.
Yeah, too many of those.
I assure you that I was not on any substances while writing this down, but I don't know what I was trying to say with some of these.
You want me to lob one out here?
Yeah.
I was telling you a little bit earlier. I actually talked about it on the sports show on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Chad Kelly and his run-in with former adult film star Mia Khalifa.
Yeah.
And his continuing with this, despite the fact that she has told him no repeatedly.
Yeah, this is like no uncertain terms. I'm not joking around. I don't want you.
Correct. And Chad Kelly strikes me as the guy that has never had anyone seriously tell him no and mean it. And so he cannot actually wrap his mind around the concept of not being wanted by a woman.
No means probably. Maybe later.
Because it's not like she says no and he's like, haha, and just continues.
Yeah.
He seriously just reroutes whatever she's saying into further conversation. It's kind of bizarre to read the messages.
I've never actually read them. Now I feel like I have to.
She burned him because they lost to Florida State. So she, was like, boy, that loss must be hurting you and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, and he was like, yeah, kind of sore about it. Hey, would you like to Skype? And you're just like, what? But she just said no.
He's messaging the Brad Pitt of porn and asking her, like, please go out with me. And she says, no, just take it, man. Accept it, because she ain't going to.
Right. And all that's happening is she's just creating this catalog of conversations that you're having. Unnecessary.
And tweeting them out, by the way.
And tweeting them.
Yeah.
So it's just embarrassing. Do your teammates not see this and go, hey, dude, stop a little bit, maybe?
No, because they think it's funny. They're egging him on.
No, try it again this time. Okay.
Really, dude. This is Two Millennials Talk on Hot News Talk Radio AM 1240, and I'm Russell.
I'm Keon.
And we'll see you Thursday, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, today's. We'll see you Thursday the next time we're on the air.
Exactly.
Bye.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
I'm blowing everything up. We're starting over. I'm doing a new show. I want guys who push it to the middle of the table and go over the top. Take a risk, fail miserably. I'm right, and I'm not wrong, and I'll never back down. Conflict works. Allow it.
It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Right here and everywhere. Noon Eastern.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Listen up, y'all. Ben Phillips, Home Rate Mortgage, 805-9100. I'm in the business of saving people money. And if you want to save money, pick that cell phone up right now. 805-9100. I received a call that I won't forget. The guy is a Chattanooga police officer who served our great country in the Air Force. A true American hero. Our hero is renting, which costs too much for a space too small. We helped him achieve the American dream. And the best part is this. He purchased a $180,000 home with zero down. His payment is $200 less than what his rent was. And now he has a safe place with more space to raise his family. It's easy, and you can do it too. It just takes 10 minutes and one phone call. 805-9100.
Turn a house into a
We've got a table here at Delia's, ready to delight in a plate of authentic Mexican food. Delia spreads a rich selection, loaded nachos, crazy chicken, homemade tamales, maybe the enchiladas with beef, chicken, pork, quesadillas. Every dish beautifully pictured on the menu to help us decide. We're at Delia's in Saudi Daisy near the Thrasher Light. There's dinner. Delia's uses the freshest ingredients, cooked to perfection. Nacho chips made fresh every day in the kitchen. Delia's, open every day except the Lord's Day. Treat yourself to Delia's genuine Mexican food. 521-7145.
I'm Larry Daniels from Daniels Insurance, and on the average, our customers save $400 a year. We offer retirement vehicles and annuities in addition to other investment products that help you protect your family. Call 423-332-4774.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
When you crack your screen, mess up your charge port, you get soaked in a rainstorm, what do? Save money, save big, fix it, get surgery. There's a cell phone hospital near you. It's the Cell Surgeon. Adam Disbrow, the man in white, he replaces your screen, fixes your buttons, gives you back Twitter, Facebook, your online universe. Walk-in patients go to Cell Surgeon in Ottawa. Cell Surgeon is new in Ottawa, next to Zaxby's. Other docs in the cell repair business are just lab coats. The doc at Cell Surgeon is the best. He wants you to be happy, fix your phone, save money, and save time. Every minute is valuable, and Cell Surgeon doesn't want to waste a second. Your wireless MD, the Cell Surgeon, quick and precise with your device. Takes an hour or less. Northgate Mall. Cell Surgeon next to Old Chicago Pizza. 900-8263. TheCellSurgeon.com. Like him on Facebook.
You used to call me all night. You used to.
Finding just the right place to live can be a daunting task. Stop your search. In Chattanooga, the place to live is Cross Creek Villas for under $1,000 and available for immediate move-in. You can enjoy this 2-bedroom split layout, over 1,000 square feet, 9-foot ceilings, an extra large patio or balcony. And don't forget to ask about their preferred employer program. Cross Creek Villas is a gated community offering a 24-hour fitness facility, a beautiful pool and hot tub, and Cross Creek Villas is pet friendly. Stroll the pet park with your best friend and enjoy the free use of their business center and clubhouse. Plus, if you mention you heard this on the radio, your application fee is free.